Hello and welcome back to the Bulgaria vlogs. In this vlog, we will be exploring the capital of Bulgaria, the lovely city of Sofia. So we're gonna start off with a hot tip. So if you are visiting Bulgaria and flying into Sofia, I recommend not renting a car while you are in Sofia. There is taxis, there's public transport, and you can walk. There's plenty of ways to get around. Renting a car is actually more of a difficulty, but since we do not live in Sofia and visited Sofia for the day, we had a vehicle, but finding parking is pretty difficult, especially in some of the touristy areas that I will be showing in this vlog. So keep that in mind as a heads up. Your best bet for parking would actually be to find like a small side street, like a residential area with apartment buildings, and just parking on the street. But since we were visiting some of the sites, we wanted to park nearby and then just be able to walk to everything. That was a little more difficult to find, especially on a weekend where there was events and other stuff going on, and usually there's actually a limit, even if you pay for your parking, how long you can stay. So just keep that in mind and do your research ahead of time if you are trying to drive and park in Sofia. Our first stop of our Sofia tour is St. Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, which is one of the most pictured and famous sites in Sofia, and it is also the largest cathedral in the Balkans. So historically, the church holds some importance. Alexander Nevsky was a Russian prince, and the cathedral was named after him in order to honor the fallen Russian soldiers during the Russian-Turkish War, which gave Bulgaria its freedom from the Ottoman Empire. And when you visit Alexander Nevsky, you'll also notice that the church itself is actually a roundabout, which I think is just really cool that you can do like a full 360 drive around it. So the area around the church is actually where most of like the historic building, like government buildings and churches with historical importance are located. So you're actually walking distance to a lot of the main attractions in Sofia. And as you walk around and start to take in the city, you'll see vendors are set up along the streets. Near Alexander Nevsky, they're selling a lot of religious artwork. In the early 1900s, when this part of Sofia was being built out, the mayor at the time actually wanted to pave these roads, bring Sofia a more modern European look, and he didn't want to just use the regular standard cobblestones that you see in most other places, but he wanted a unique look, so he used a specific stone that would emanate this yellow look. So that's kind of the story behind why this area of Sofia has the unique, distinct yellow cobblestone. This beautiful blue-green church with the gold domes on top is known as the Russian Church, the Church of Saint Nicholas, the Miracle Maker. This was another church that was dedicated to the Russian embassy and a Russian saint after Russia's help in Bulgaria gaining their freedom from the Ottoman Empire. The Vazov National Theater is the largest theater in the country. It has a beautiful facade. Many ancient Roman ruins can be found throughout the city of Sofia, and it's an interesting contrast from the old to the new architecture. So here we have St. George Rotunda Church. This was built as Roman baths in the early 4th century and was later used as a church during the Roman and Byzantine Empire. It is also considered the oldest building in Sofia. This area actually houses a lot of the main government buildings, including the presidency, the courthouse, and the National Assembly. So after much walking around in Sofia, we had to get a little break from the heat since it was a very hot day and get some lunch. So we headed to the Shades of Red restaurant. I would say the food is amazing. It's definitely a high-end restaurant, so the service is first class. Everything's very spick and span, and you can expect very high quality and kind of more modern interpretations on dishes and not traditional Bulgarian cuisine. I had a shrimp and avocado salad, which was delicious, with some mashed potatoes with truffle, which was amazing. My mom ended up getting a salmon, which I tried, and it was also very, very good. And my dad and Dylan both got 2 different kinds of salads. Our next spot, and some would say the most important spot of the day, was coffee. So we decided to check out this cool, trendy coffee shop called Coffee Syndicate. They have an artisanal coffee experience, and they also make different flavors of homemade eclairs that are decorated very beautifully. The coffee was delicious, and we also got a few eclairs to take back. That pretty much concluded our busy day in Sofia. We just barely scratched the surface. There is still a lot left to see in the city, but I will save that for the next trip to Sofia. So if you have made it this far in the video, thank you for watching, and comment down below what your favorite spot in Sofia is, and maybe I will go there next. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I will see you in the next one.